Hey there, this is Kyle, the guy you had exchanged contact information with earlier. You're the person in charge of my training, right? Kelsey? Well, do you have a second to chat?
Good evening, Kyle. Right now it's a bit past working hours, but I'll be willing to respond to you this one time. Did you need to ask me something?
Sure. I have a complaint to make.
A complaint? Today was your first day coming into the office, so what kind of complaint could you have?
Well, here you go. I want someone else besides you.
Someone else beside me.
The CEO, Mr. Connors, well, he told me that he'd make sure the woman in charge of my training would be both sexy and young. At least that's what he was telling me. I'm not saying you're not sexy or anything, because there's still some curvature to you, but I want someone closer to my age than that of my grandpa's age. You are not what I wanted, so you need to change with someone else. How about that girl 2 seats down from me? She looks like the perfect type of girl that would be able to get my attention. Well, there you go. Get that girl to take your place, please.
You hold it right there, Kyle.
Huh?
I understand that you may not be fond of me training you, but there's no way you can easily ask for someone to take my place now, as we've already started your training.
What? Why can't you just get someone else?
Because I was asked by the CEO personally to come and be your trainer. And unless he is the one telling me to change with someone else, I'm not budging. So unless something serious comes up that gets in our way, you're stuck with me until the very end of your training.
What? Seriously? All I'm asking is for you to let that cute girl take your place.
If you're talking about Lexi, she will be going on short-term leave come next week. So she cannot be your trainer.
Huh? Short-term leave? Is she pregnant or something?
That's right. Right now, it might be hard to tell since her belly isn't too large yet, but she has been feeling worse and worse coming into the office, so she had asked to work from home. Basically, she's on maternity leave and won't be coming back to work for the next 3 or 4 months.
What the heck? Not only is she married, but she's also pregnant? I thought I had just found the perfect girl to flirt with at work and everything. And that's why she didn't really respond to me well earlier when I went and asked her out.
Her husband just so happens to be the son of this company's biggest shareholder, so I would stay away from her if I were you, Kyle.
What? Alright then. Let's just forget about everything I just said there. Jeez, man. I was joking around. Aha!
Yeah, anyway. Tomorrow, would you please try to come into work on time?
Huh?
Today was your first day of work, yet you came in later than asked, and didn't give any of us a call to let us know you would be late. Do you think that's a very good thing to be doing on your first day? I understand that in certain situations, there are emergencies that cause one to be late. But from what you told me, you had just overslept. And that's not a good sign of what's to come to you. So, please, try to be better tomorrow.
What is this? You're upset over something as tiny as that?
Something as tiny as this? You were late to work on your first day, and didn't even have a good reason for it.
I am family with the CEO.
Yes, I'm very much aware of that. And?
The next time I have to hear you being sassy with me, well, we'll see what happens to your place in this company. So watch your tongue, Kelsey.
Kyle, I believe that I told you before that if you're going to be late, I would like you to inform us of that, correct?
Huh? What? It's you again? I'm just running a little late and you're already going off on my ear about it? Shut up. You need to get late or something.
I think we need to do something about the way you talk and behave around me.
Huh?
If we don't change the way you act right now, then when the time comes that we have customers coming here for visits and you're tasked with going to see them, there will be huge consequences.
Huh?
Now tell me, when are you going to be coming into work today?
I could come there anytime I'd like.
No, you cannot. Just tell me what time you think you can be and by, and I won't escalate this situation any further.
Shut the hell up, you old hag.
Kyle, you have been coming in late to work 3 days in a row now.
You again? Seriously, you start being such an annoying woman way too early in the morning. Everyone is late to work, alright? Why do you always have to dig into me about it?
Everyone, you say?
There are those two from General Affairs who are always coming in at 10 a.m. every day. Why aren't those two getting into any trouble for being late?
That's because those two are part-time workers here.
Huh? Part-timers?
They both are scheduled to work here 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. during the week, and so neither of those two are coming in late. There also happens to be part-time workers here coming in from 11 to 4 p.m. and 9 until 2 p.m. And of course, when they are running late, they call to let the company know. There is not a single person in this company who just shows up whenever they want to, without letting anyone at the office know.
What? What the heck? I don't think you can get away with chewing one of the CEO's family members out like this.
And what are you going to do about it?
I'm going back home. Today I'm taking the day off.
What?
And my reason for having to take the day off is this. Due to your horrible behavior towards me, I've been hurt and need to go rest. There. I've told you I'm not coming in. Are you happy?
Excuse me, Kyle.
And later on, telling the CEO about how rude you've been to me, and that something needs to be done about you. I hope you're prepared for that. Ha ha! Excuse me, Kelsey. Do you have a moment to talk with me?
Hello, Mr. Connors. I have time.
For the past few days, you've been the one in charge of training Kyle, correct?
Yes, that's me.
I've heard from the department manager that there have been some issues between you two. I would like to ask you a few more questions in person about how he's doing right now. So would you please be able to stop by my office on your way out of the office today? I really want to know how things have been going these past 3 days.
Understood.
I'm sorry for having to contact you like this. I'm sure you don't find it very professional of me to be contacting you through text, and I bet most of the other employees here would not like that either.
You don't have to worry, Mr. Connors. And thank you for reaching out to me. This is the reason you and I exchanged our phone numbers in the first place, so please do not feel as though it's wrong of you to text me when you have something to tell me.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Now I should be able to come into your office here sooner rather than later, since I'm almost finished with my work for today. Give me about 30 minutes, please.
Sounds good. I'll be waiting. Yo, Kelsey, I'm getting a settlement for you now.
What was that?
I thought about this for a long while as I was riding on the train back home. You have to be screwed in the head chewing one of the CEO's family members out like that. And because of that, you really hurt my feelings. So you're fired. And you'll be paying me $150,000 in damages.
I was wondering what you were going to say to me this time. Unfortunately, the CEO of this company is a bit more mature than you, and he will not ever fire me over something as ridiculous as your claim.
It's because the CEO is so smart and mature that he'll be siding with me on this one. Are you ready for this, Kelsey? I'm not just the new boy in town, but a relative of the CEO. And that means I sit right next to the CEO on the company ladder. I'm his only family in the company, making me the next in charge. And I'm pretty sure that soon he'll be asking me to take his place as the next CEO. Therefore, I have every right to fire you when I want to. And then, I will use one of his company's lawyers to take you to court and get that settlement. To sum it all up for you, this is the law of the jungle. That means, including you, must bow down to me, or else you will be killed off. If you understand what I'm saying, then this means you're fired, and you owe me $150,000.
Is that right, Kyle? Understood. Then I will hand in my resignation.
Oh, gonna suck having to wake up tomorrow and not have a job again, right?
I have been able to accrue quite a lot of PTO from this company so far, so I will be using that for this next week or so. Which means I won't technically be leaving until Friday.
What? So you're not gonna be gone tomorrow?
And like most other situations, when someone puts in their letter of resignation, they are putting in their 2 weeks and don't have to leave immediately.
Well, whatever. And just to forewarn you, you're not getting any money for leaving this company. No package or nothing. Idiot!
Currently, Mr. Connors is watching over this conversation we've had.
What? Kelsey! Yo, answer my dang calls. I've been calling and messaging you so many times now.
What? Is this you, Kyle?
You have time to check your dang phone. So why haven't you been doing so this whole time?
I noticed that my phone was lighting up a couple of times, but now that I had a look at it, 500 missed calls? That's a little scary, Kyle. Should I be worried?
I had to because you wouldn't respond to me.
I'm sorry. This whole morning I was very busy and did not have my phone on me as it was in my desk.
Huh? Busy?
You heard from the CEO already, right? I'm going to be changing jobs to one of the sister companies to this one and will not be coming back here afterwards.
That's right, I know about that.
So I've been talking with that company and making sure that I have everything ready for the move over there.
What is going on with you? How come you haven't been fired yet after you were just chewing out a member of the CEO's family? And why the hell are you able to move over to that sister company which is much larger than this one? Why?
I was actually supposed to be moving into that company about a month ago or so.
What?
And while I was getting myself all set up to leave here, Mr. Connors came to me about something. He told me that he was having to take one of his problematic family members and would need help with them. So he asked me to become the trainer and said that I'd have to wait a month or so before I could leave to go to the sister company.
Problematic family member?
But considering that you have not been able to take your responsibility for your new job here, Mr. Connors has decided that he has no other choice but to let you go.
What?
Which now means that I no longer need to train you anymore and can begin my move to the sister company. We had that talk a few days ago, the CEO and I. So there you are, Kyle. Do you feel that you're all caught up now?
Why am I being let go? Me? Family of the CEO and the next CEO of this company?
Perhaps you should be asking someone like the CEO that question and not me.
What?
I will let him know right now that you are wanting to have the talk with him. So please, give me a few minutes.
Kyle. Hey, you know that it's the wrong choice having me fired, right? The reason I came here in the first place is because I'm next in line to become the CEO, right? If you were put at the top of this company ever, it would only be a matter of days before the company went completely under. What? I've heard from your dad that when you were working for him, he had to talk to you 3 times about how to be fired for the way you acted in the workplace. 3 times. This all has been talked about throughout the entire family, and we now all call you the problematic child. Well, before you were fired from your dad's company, he came to me asking if I'd be able to take you on, and maybe even put you in your place. He came to me crying and begging for me to take you, Kyle. That's when I finally gave in and told him he could send you my way, and I'd figure out something to do with you. Really? I didn't want you coming to my company after all the things I'd heard. But I am your uncle, and so I have just as much responsibility for you as the rest of the family. I thought that at first there would be some hope for you if you got the proper training and were put in line. But it seems that your attitude is too strong, even for the best of my employees. And now, I regret taking you on. I never thought that you would come into my company thinking you'd become the next CEO after me and could act however you wanted, coming in late your first 3 days here. But what? I'm the next person in line. And I just said you were not. I'll have you know that the next person in line to becoming the CEO would never be late to work. What? I really thought that by putting someone like Kelsey in charge of you, she'd be able to knock you into shape with all her warnings and everything. Ugh, you don't have to come here to work anymore. Well, wait, that's not good. If I lose my job here, You were in debt with your dad, right? Before this, you had gone out with a married woman and her husband asked for a settlement from you. You cried that you had no clue she was married, but there were texts from conversations with her saying you wish she would just leave her husband and take you. You were also found stalking a college student, and she asked for a settlement from you. You tried to fight that as well, but there was video evidence of you on campus following her back to her dorm room. And since it was on the first floor, you would sit outside her window at night tapping on it. In the end, your dad was left having to pay around $60,000 to those two people for what you had done, because you had no money at all after spending it on things like the strip club and video games. I know a lot about you, Kyle, so don't think that you have anything else that you can say to me that will change my decision here. But please, let me stay in your company so that I can make all that money back. I promise after I've paid my dad, I will leave your company and go find somewhere else to work. Not happening. Why not? When you came to work your first day, you repeatedly asked Lexi to go to a hotel near here with you. Wait. I had no idea at the time that her husband is the son of the company's biggest shareholder. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. The problem here is that she did not want to go out with you and told you many times, yet you proceeded to ask her over and over again. I could not allow someone as dangerous as you to stay in my company, since I had plenty of people that I need to protect. Then from now on, I'll take my job seriously. I won't talk with any of the female employees anymore, and I will no longer bring anything up about being the next CEO online. So please. Now, allow me to introduce you to your next place of work. Huh? Kelsey was the one who recommended this place. Now, I wasn't so sure it would be a good fit for you at first, but then again, you haven't been working very well in an office-based environment. So listen, this is your very last chance at staying a decent member of the society. If you cannot even behave yourself well here, then you are going to be screwed and will have to figure things out on your own. What? Huh? You will be moving into a dormitory, so please get all your things ready to move by the end of the day. I've asked the owner of that company to go and pick you up from your house, so expect them to be here soon in a black SUV. What the hell? What company? You'll know when you get there. I'm scared to go there without knowing anything. I'm sure you are. Good luck, nephew.
The company that I recommended the CEO send Kyle to happens to be a granite mining company out in the middle of the mountains, where he'll have to stay for 6 months at a time and will work hard. It just so happens that Kyle knew the owner of that company, as they are close friends to his family. And when he pulled up to the housing area, the company's dorms in the black SUV, he came out to see them, waiting for him, and then he screamed. It was so loud of a scream that it made people's ears ring. And once Kyle had been brought to his room, some of the other employees came to check on him, and that's where he began to learn that this company hired a lot of ex-convicts with the goal of turning their lives around. They all asked Kyle what crimes he had committed before, only for them to learn that he was sent there for being a massive brat. A little while after starting his new job there, I heard about how Kyle has been tasked with one of the worst jobs in the company, and that's having to carry chunks of granite back and forth between the crushers for 8 hours a day. From what Mr. Connors told me after he had let go of Kyle, he contracted to work for that company for 3 years in order for him to pay off the debt to his father. All I can say to that is, good luck, Kyle. As for myself, I was able to leave Mr. Connor's company now too long after Kyle was let go, and now I'm working for the sister company, which is much larger and a lot more strict as well. The CEO here happens to be Mr. Connor's aunt and is soon expecting to leave her position as the CEO really soon so that she can retire. A few good words had been put in for me about my accomplishments before, and about how hard I had to work with Kyle and try to train him for 3 days. With all of those things combined, the CEO had asked me if I'd like to take her position when she retires. And, well, we'll just have to wait and see if I want that kind of responsibility or not. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought about this story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Naomi, we need to talk right now. I can't believe what's actually happening right now. I'm your mother, and I'm trying to talk to you. Have you seriously just gone and dropped out of medical school? Do you not want to go anymore or something? You've been enrolled for less than 1 year, and you go and drop out already? You've completely failed us already, and within the years as well. Our family come from a generation of doctors. You're our oldest daughter. It's your destiny to do this, and now you just go and throw it all down the drain. You just drop out as soon as you got in your position in medical school. Did you even think about what you're doing to us? How do you think this makes us look as a family? Mom, please stop and hear me out, okay? I can't help the situation that I'm in at the moment. I'll tell you what's going on. I've been admitted to the hospital, so I can't go to medical school. That's why I'm not enrolled anymore. Excuse me? What? Whatever do you mean? You're in the hospital? How did you end up in the hospital? So, my recovery is not happening as fast as we expected. I don't think I will be able to process further into the course due to the lack of credits I need to earn. When I told Dad about this, he said that no one in our family has ever had to repeat their papers or even a grade. Now that he says that, I would rather just drop out completely than repeat my courses and always be falling behind compared to the other students. I can't help what's happening anymore, Mom. In addition to that, even though Dad, Grandpa, and Great-Grandpa were doctors, do you really think that I should be forced to be a doctor? Especially if it means that I have to give up doing what I really want to do? You can't be like this. Our family, we're doctors. You can't just ignore what you're born to do. You're the oldest born and you need to be a doctor just like your father. Mom, listen, please. Of course. I can just see that the job of a doctor is super difficult even to the unrestrained eye. I can truly respect how much work and effort needs to go to get into this profession. However, I have realized that whether or not I want to pursue this career is now a different matter. I don't think it's for me. If I were in the condition that I am right now, I shouldn't be forced to be a doctor as I can't do much. If I screw up, I could cause major medical errors and get into a lot of trouble. I don't want to harm anyone who needs medical attention. I know this is a bad thing to say right now, but I'm glad that I have the opportunity to drop out of medical school so that I can pursue something that I actually want to do. If you plan on not continuing to be a doctor, then stop wasting the efforts and money we used to get you into medical school. Please give me a full refund of all the expenses you've incurred since getting into university and medical school. Okay, Mom, sure. I promise you that the entire amount will be transferred into Dad's account within a year from being discharged from the hospital. You will get it all back, I promise. Wait, what? What do you mean within the year? You're actually going to be able to do that? How is that possible? Yeah, as I've already decided what I'm going to do next. Getting money to you isn't going to be an issue for me. The salary has already been sorted. That's impossible if you're not got a degree. Getting paid means you have to work. It means you need to graduate university. You've only graduated high school, right? Oh my God, Naomi. I can't believe that an unsuccessful high school graduate came from a dignified family of doctors. We can't have that in our family. You need a higher education. If you're not going to do university anymore, then I have no choice but to disown you. Get out of our family. You're not welcome in this house anymore. Okay, Mom, if that's your intention, then go ahead. I knew something like this might happen when I started living alone without any remittance as soon as I graduated from high school. I've still got some of my belongings at your house. I'll have to ring a moving company to remove my stuff, so please just leave it there and don't do anything to it. What are you saying? You're going to make me keep your stuff until you get it? You've always been such a selfish daughter, only thinking about yourself and not your family and what we've been implicated with. If you throw out my stuff without my permission, I want to be compensated for it if you do. You really think you can boss your family around? You're on thin ice, Naomi. Do you seriously think I'll just do what you say? I'm your mother. You listen to me. You're not welcome here, and I want the money for your university expenses. Mom, I don't have high expectations, and I didn't have any from the beginning when I needed to tell you what's happening. You don't have to come and visit me even though I'm here in the hospital all by myself. Also, I'm planning to move out of the house that I'm currently in very soon. My address will more than likely change. On that note, I guess I'll say goodbye. Don't worry, I'll pay Dad very soon. Goodbye, Mom. Take care.
Hey Naomi, are you available to talk right now? I just wanted to check in and tell you what's going on. The belongings that you had at your parents' house have just arrived and I've got it in my storage room. The next thing on the to-do list is to move out of the apartment we're moving out of. I plan on going ahead with everything next weekend.
Oh, Grant, you sweet man. Thank you so much for doing all of that. You're working so hard. I'm sorry for having to get the company to go over to be with you and hand my stuff over. I hope it wasn't too much of a hassle.
No, you're fine, Naomi. Everything's going smoothly here. Don't worry about a thing.
Even though I have to pay for my hospital expenses, I still got to pay for everything else. Everything's such a mess right now with my family.
Well, I'm with you, Naomi. You're finally free from your parents' power, especially your mother. I'm here for you, and we'll get through this together. I'm on your side, and I'll do anything to support you and do whatever is necessary to get you through this tough time. Right now, your priority is to heal and make a speedy recovery. We'll get you out of the hospital as soon as possible.
You're the sweetest guy, Grant. Thank you so much for your cooperation and understanding. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get myself out of the hospital bed and moved into our new place. Then we can really start a new life together away from my parents. Hey, Grant. Are you there? I need to ask you something. I just want to know how that thing is going. It is highly likely that the marriage will be called off.
Hi, Naomi. Yeah, I believe so. There's no doubt about it, to be honest.
Oh, right. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, Naomi, one more thing. The groom requested that well, it looks like I'll have to be there as well.
Oh, is that so? Well, I guess you should be there. It'll be better if you go.
Okay then, but what should you do though? It's not completely unrelated to you, but maybe they don't want to see you when all this is going on. What do you think? No matter what I think, it would be best for me to just go alone. You don't need to be caught up in all this drama.
Okay, no problem, my dear. I feel like this will be a turning point for the next thing that's going to happen. Well, in a way. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, I'll catch up with you later, sweet lady.
I can't believe what's going on right now. Did I seriously just pass my daughter who thought just dropping university was a good idea? Was that really you, Naomi? Why is an incompetent loser who dropped out of middle school doing around here? Ha! I cracked myself up. Oh, it's you, Mother. I suppose it's nice to hear from you. Donna? How many years has it been? 7 years or so, right? Well, aren't you a little smart, Alec? Do you understand that this is a wedding venue? Your little sister, Nadia, is having a wedding ceremony here. You didn't call to see if you were invited or not. Actually, why would you even be here when you're not welcome? You have to leave right now. You have got no right to be here. You know what, Mother? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay where I am. Do you dare disobey me, you little brat? What do you mean you're not going to leave? Did you forget that I cut you out of the family? Don't you remember? You don't belong in our unit anymore. You've got no right to be here celebrating with us at Nadia's wedding ceremony and reception. Are you kidding me, Mother? You're talking about rights now? Since when did this sort of thing mean anything to you? As a family of doctors, we decided that there would be no daughter in our family that was gonna drop out of medical school and bring shame and failure to our family. Your failures are hindering how successful this wedding ceremony is going to be, so you need to leave this instant. I don't think it matters that I'm a dropout or anything like that. I'm not bothering anyone. As long as we don't get into each other's ways, then everything should go smoothly. What are you even talking about? Oh, I see what's going on here. Do you work at this wedding venue by any chance? If it's true, I can't believe you're still working at a place like this. Even when we cut you off, you still can't progress in any time of career. No surprises there, haha. Well, if you still work here, I guess I'll treat you like a customer would on days like today. Might I get my shoes all nice and polished? Be a dear and do something like that for me. I'm the customer, of course. I wore my best dress and heels today, so they need tidied up. Too bad for you that your saddle was such a crappy job. Oh dear, Mother. I suppose you haven't heard what's going on with me then. Huh? What are you talking about? What could I possibly not know about you? Even though I cut you off, I still know you've accomplished nothing. Mother, I'm not a staff member at this wedding venue. So no, I don't need to polish your heels up or anything. What do you want to say then, Naomi? Are you going to spit it out? Oh, I might just leave it for now. You'll find out in a little while, don't worry. It's not something I want to reveal to you. Not yet. Reveal what? What are you saying? What are you up to? Stop messing me about! You'll find out, Mother. Have some patience. You're old. You should be able to do that much. Excuse me for now, Mother. Don't talk to me like that. If you're presented in this wedding hall, you're probably a staff member. No matter how you look at it, you're probably lying so that you don't show how much of a failure you are. When you feel so crappy about your life, it's just a natural thing to lie. We know the truth and we know how much of a failure you've made this family. Just such a wretched thing to do. But honestly, it doesn't surprise me when it comes to you, Naomi. What the heck's going on here? What have you done? Groom, Naomi, your existence has been discovered. And just like that, the situation has... I can't believe what's happening. Are you being serious right now? Are you a lawyer? Well, I'm not exactly a lawyer. No, currently I'm working at a law firm and studying to become a lawyer. My husband, who is a qualified lawyer, by the way, was sitting next to the groom and they were having a little discussion. What the heck? Rewind and freeze! We need to go back a little. I can't believe this. You're actually married? And your husband? He's a lawyer? Like, an actual lawyer? And you're using your husband to ruin your little sister's wedding? Your own little sister? You've come to ruin her special day? Are you insane? That's why you came here? The groom requested that we should be here for him, especially me. There's obviously a lot of misunderstanding going on here, so what you're saying is not true. I'm not ruining anything at all. But why would you choose today to come and make an appearance? What's your deal, Naomi? Even though there's a ceremony going on, I want to explain what's happening to you. His new bride, my lovely little sister, he discovered that she was cheating on him yesterday. He found all this out a day before what's supposed to be a memorable and special day. The groom wanted to settle the matter before the wedding took place. I hurriedly consulted my husband about the unfortunate situation. Luckily, he's a lawyer, so he could discuss things with the groom. He was invited as a guest by the groom, so he came. For some reason, I came because I'm the groom's friend and the bride happens to be my little sister. So, the groom found out yesterday that an affair was taking place. Is that why no guests showed up for the ceremony? Ding, ding, ding! Right on the money, Mother. That's why, yes. I haven't heard about any of the details in terms of telling anyone what's going on, but it seems like the guests were informed in advance that the wedding was cancelled. Just hold on a minute, please. I'm trying to get my head around all of this. This can't be happening right now. How could the wedding just be cancelled like that? I heard that Nadia was having an affair with a trainee doctor at another hospital. She could have had a better chance with a career if she just stayed out of trouble and married the next director of the hospital where my husband worked. It also seems that Nadia was just attracted to his title and wanted that when she got married to him. She probably thought she could get away with it. You can't just let people do bad things, right? Even for your own gain, as karma's very real, Mother. Oh, how on earth did all of this happen? What has happened to my family? Why are my daughters doing this to me? What have I ever done to deserve this? My eldest daughter goes and quits medical school and now plans to become a lawyer. My second daughter, who was our family's only hope, goes and ruins her marriage. Would you both just quit it already? I'm so over this as a mother. Stop it! You wouldn't believe this, Mother, but I talked to Nadia after all of the discussions were had. She told me that she was just imitating Mom and what she's done. Huh? Excuse me. What do you mean? I haven't done anything at all. This is all your fault for stepping back into our lives. My husband just handed me divorce papers. What's going on? Huh? Who's this? Oh, Mother. Oh, so nice to hear from you. It's been a couple weeks since we last talked. This is not the time to say hello. I'm in a crisis here. Your father is asking to get a divorce from me. Oh, is that right? Maybe because he found out that you've been cheating on him for the last 20 years, Donna. Dad and Nadia took a DNA test to see if he actually is her father. Apparently, the results came back negative, so Dad is not Nadia's biological father. How could you do this to Dad and to my sister as well? How has this story gone on for this long? It's not true. I would never do anything like that to them. Dad personally got in contact with me about it. There's no point lying now, Donna. I also took a DNA test just to be sure that my dad is my biological dad. What? You took a DNA test as well? I can't believe that this is happening. Well, as for me, I was able to confirm that the DNA was a match and that he is my dad. He said that he couldn't ask me to forgive him for the bad treatment I received in the past, but he wanted to at least apologize, and he told me that he's sorry. So, I'm trying to take on his apology, even though I found out that I'm an only child and I have no blood-related siblings anymore. I told Dad how I was feeling and asked him if we could end the conversation. Okay, well, now I just don't know what to do. If this divorce is going to happen, will you let Nadia and I live with you? You're going to help me out, right? I'm afraid I can't do that. But why would you not help me? My eldest daughter needs to help out her own mother no matter what. Even if I did cut you off, you should still help out your mother and her little sister. I don't think there's a need to not cut me off. What was done can't be undone, Mom. If I wanted to be not cut off and if I offered to help you, there would be a problem. I'm living with my husband's parents at the moment. What do you mean? How's that a problem? We just got another place, right? Also, my husband's family are all lawyers and they know what's happening with my so-called family. Having my ex-mother and sister in the mix would cause a lot of problems and I don't want or need that. Just can't do that to myself. But Naomi, come on, don't make such quick decisions. Dear, surely you have problems being a daughter-in-law, right? I live a life free of those sorts of problems, so you don't need to worry about anything like that. But I'm your mother. I need help, okay? Blood ties are important, and you're my blood daughter. You say that blood ties are important, but you went and betrayed my father and had an affair with another man. That's just the thing. That's a different problem to deal with later. Would you shut up, please? No matter what you say, I'm not going to help you or Nadia at all. Naomi, you can just not help me. I could end up in the streets. If you'll excuse me, I've got a life to live. No, Naomi, you can't do this to your mother. This conversation is not over yet. Wow, you're so persistent, Donna. But I'm in trouble if you don't help me and Nadia out. This is where the main topic begins. A lawyer's home doesn't cost as much money as a doctor's, right? I want you to pay the compensation that Nadia and I are being asked to pay. This conversation is not over, Naomi. If we can't live together, I would like you to get us a place to live. I also need money for living expenses, please. Naomi, did you just block my number? You can't do this to me! I've been cut off from my family for 7 years. My father has apologized, but he keeps telling me that my ex-mother and sister should live together and I should give them some money. I don't think there's anything I can do to help people who aren't willing to understand what they did wrong. In the end, my father got a divorce from my ex-mother. Nadia, who's not his daughter, was kicked out along with my ex-mother. In addition, it seems that he's currently staying at his in-laws' house. For some reason, they were thinking that my father's inheritance would come to them within the next few years, but he's still active and has no illness. By the way, my father is currently thinking about how to clean up my ex-sister's problem. I was surprised by how excited he was about making sure that they don't gain anything from these divorces. It seems that my father's revenge begins here.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.